What's going on, guys and gals? Coach Drew here. And y'all, look, today we're going to talk about in this video about why you need to stop investing, or just not even investing, but paying for the wrong things. Stop buying the wrong things. Now, a little bit ago, I talked about why I have credit card debt, or why I go into debt, and why that's actually smart. And so here I'm going to kind of take it a step further and talk about why you need, or what you need to stop buying, and how you're buying the wrong things. Now, for example, look, we all have our pleasures in life. We all have things we enjoy. I like going to the movies. That's like something I do. I spend money that doesn't my ROI that I get from that is basically entertainment. My return is I get entertainment. My exchange is I give you money, you give me entertainment. That's something I buy. But a lot of us would rather go spend that $1,000 on the newest iPhone. A lot of us would rather, go spend money on that vacation rather than going and open a credit line and going and investing in our health, our fitness, our business, our relationships, right? A lot of us would rather buy those new pair of shoes, buy that new car, whatever it may be. We're spending money on things that are not going to produce a real ROI, a very, very growth based ROI. Sure, they may give you a sense of pride or enjoyment or pleasure. We spend money on things that provide pleasure rather than things that are actually going to help us grow as individuals, which are really called investments, right? And now, look, I'm not sitting here saying don't go buy your car and don't have like things you enjoy and don't buy things just for pleasure. But if you're sitting there complaining that you don't have money to invest in yourself, I 100% bet if I said, hey, look, it'll take $1,000 to have your dream vacation tomorrow. Can you come up with $1,000? You'd be like, hell yeah, I can. It's because that's the value you've placed on that. That's the value you have placed on that thing. It's right there in front of you. It's $1,000 on my dream vacation. I can make that work. So ultimately, it's not necessarily. It's never about price. It's always about the value you place on this. It's the value you place on that particular thing. If you value it at what it's cost, you'll find a way to come up with the money. That vacation, that honeymoon, that car, those pair of shoes, right? That iPhone, whatever it may be, you'll make it work. You'll find the way to make it work because that's what you value it as. So when I get on the phone with somebody who may be a potential client or whatever, or maybe even when I get on the phone with a business partner or a coach who I want to invest in, and they say, hey, dude, look, it's X amount of dollars, and I sit there and I want to complain, or hey, I start to try to give excuses on why I can't do it. Really what that is just me saying, hey, this isn't valuable enough for me to go all in. This isn't valuable enough for me to make the effort to make that investment, to do what it takes to make that investment. And a lot of us, when we get to that point, we try to convince ourselves it's not what we need. We try to convince ourselves out of that decision. But we're there in that situation for whatever it is, again, fitness, business, health, relationships, whatever it is, because we know that's what we need, and we know that's what we want to do. But we try to convince ourselves at that moment when it's time to take that leap and to make that investment, that's not what we need. And that's ultimately because we're trying to justify why we shouldn't have to make the effort to make that investment. Why we were trying to justify our way out of it when we know that that's exactly what we need. It's just about making that decision. But here's the thing. It would be so much easier if it was just that newest iPhone. You'd be like, oh, yeah. Here you go. Here's a credit card. Let me open up this credit line, all that good stuff. Here, let me pay cash down, whatever it may be, because that's the value you've placed on that thing. So if you catch yourself trying to justify on why you can't do something, or maybe why you can't invest in your health and your fitness or your business or your relationships, or you're not willing to, or why you're not willing to go open up a credit line, it's not because that you're not able to. It's because the value you have placed on yourself, your growth, your fitness, your health, your relationship is less than the effort it takes to open up a new credit card, to go in debt. Which is a positive debt, which we talked about in our other video, right? This is positive debt. This is good debt. But what you're saying is the value you have placed on growing and changing is not as much as it would be getting that iPhone, getting that car, going on that vacation. So my question for you guys is, what's it got to take for you to finally say enough is enough. I'm going to go all in on myself. I'm going to make that decision. I'm going to make that decision that to put in that effort to go in all in on me because I deserve it. You deserve it. What's it got to take? What event has to happen for your life? Do you get bedridden for you to get diagnosed with diabetes, type 2 diabetes or cancer or illness? What does it got to take? Ultimately, you're spending your money on the wrong things. You are willing to spend your money on the wrong things rather than do what it takes to invest in the right things, which is not that much in the grand scheme of things. It's really not that much in the grand scheme of things. Can you put a price tag on your health? You may say right now, maybe if you're at a younger age and you're good or chilling, you may say, yeah, coach, I'm good. But what about if you're 40, 50, and you're starting to notice that your body is starting to fail you a little bit, or you're getting a little bit sick, or you're prone to illness, or that family history of medical history is starting to get a little bit more prone? Whatever it may be, is that not enough for you to say, hey, I got to get this handled once and for all? Or would you rather deal with that for the rest of your life? You're buying and you're putting your money towards the wrong things. And it's time to start investing to the right things for you. Right? And look, this is just how it is. I mean, tough love is real love, right? A real coach is not afraid to tell you the truth. And this is the truth. And look, and the only thing I say, it's because I've been there, right? I've done it. I've been to the place where I needed to drop, $6, $10, $15,000 on an investment. And it's not easy. It's not an easy commitment by any means. But I know that if I want to grow and if I ultimately want to get to where I want to go, I gotta take that step. I gotta make that leap. Otherwise, I'm gonna stay the same. And I can hold on to my money, sure, but I'm not gonna get anywhere. It doesn't get me anywhere. It really doesn't. That money's gonna go somewhere else. It might as well go towards something that's gonna help me grow and change and transform as an individual and help me be better in my overall life. And heck, when it comes to your fitness and health, even be around longer. Seems like a pretty insanely good payoff in my opinion. I would rather not have that money and be able to be around for 10 to 20 more years with my family and friends. You won't even be thinking about that money. I've never had a client come back to me literally and say like, oh, dude, like all I'm thinking about is the money I've invested into you. No, all they're saying is, dude, thank you so much. Like this is the best decision I've made. I've transformed. The growth I've had is so crazy. I love life now. I'm happy with myself. My body looks good. I feel good. The eating this way is great. I mean, this is what happens. You've never met someone on their deathbed saying, "Oh, I regret, spending that money." They always say, "I wish I would have spent that money. I wish I would have invested. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have gone in on myself. I wish I would have gone in on my goals and my dreams for myself." You're spending your money on the wrong things. And again, you can go, you can buy your stuff, but understand that there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to take that step. You should be willing to take that step to invest in things that are actually going to help you change and grow and produce an ROI for you. Otherwise, you are going to stay the same. You're going to stay the same. Simple as that. So if you're not willing to go in debt or to open up a few credit lines or few credit cards, which I have done myself multiple times and my clients do too, if necessary, then if you're not willing to do that, you're basically saying I'm not good enough for a couple, for whatever it takes. I'm not good enough for 2, 3, 5, 10, whatever it may be, $1,000. I'm not good enough. I'm not deserving of this, or I don't value my health this much. I would rather hold on to the money than transform my entire life in my health, my fitness, my business, my relationships, whatever it may be. You're saying that that's not good enough. The money is more worth it than the growth and the transformation and that feeling of confidence and pride and accomplishment and transformation you're going to see in your entire life. You're saying that's not good enough. So I'm here to tell you just to stop buying money on the wrong, stop spending money and buying the wrong things that aren't going to actually produce a whole lot of ROI for you. Be willing to make that effort. You got to make that effort to go in on you. So that's how you truly are going to grow. And that's going to produce that ROI. All right. So again, be willing, come to the conclusion that, hey, it's about the value you place on something. When the value's there and you see it, you're going to do what it takes. So get real with yourself. Do you value yourself? Do you value your health? Do you value your confidence, your happiness, the way your body image standpoint? Do you value your relationships? Do you value this enough to make that investment, to open up the credit card, to open up that credit line, do what it takes to take that next step in achieving ultimate transformation? Again, this is why little cheap stuff does not work, is because you don't have nothing behind you actually pushing you forward. You can make a $40, $50 investment like nothing, or purchase for like nothing and not think twice about it. That's why you never really get anywhere. So if you truly want to experience change, understand that the value this has on your life, on making that investment has, and be willing to do what it takes to take that next step. I promise you, it's going to pay off for you big time. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be great. Hope you found value in this. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.